If you have any kind of interest, just hit us up, come out and shoot. I grew up in Quebec, and in a relatively small town, I guess. And I grew up ski racing and watching videos of people skiing in like big mountains in BC, skiing, you know, big faces, big cliffs, deep powder. And then when I moved out here, one of my buddies was like, you know, you should go do a competition sometime. And so I ended up going to Snowbird, Utah. That was the first World Tour competition I ever did, and snowballed from there as well. I ended up competing on the World Tour for a few years, and I was shooting photos with some up-and-coming photographers, and some of those got published, and that turned into sponsorships, and that led to all sorts of travel experiences like all over the world, Japan, South America, Alaska, all over, you know, North America. And then I got hurt really badly on a photo shoot. And I got hurt, I don't know, maybe 8 months after one of my really good buddies died in an avalanche. That was kind of like a sobering thing. And then I got into my accident that was, I mean, I was badly hurt, but I was really lucky that I limped away from it, to be honest. And one of the things I could do at the time, like as soon as I could kind of get out, my wife would drive me to the range and I could go and shoot. Like I would hobble around on crutches and shoot. And yeah, it's funny, I'd never really had thought about it in that way before, but yeah, getting hurt was kind of the tipping point where it went from skiing being the main focus to shooting being the main focus as far as like athletic or sporting endeavors go, really. Well, I've been shooting for, I don't know, forever, but the range only goes out to like just shy of 500 yards. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool to like shoot stuff further than that. And I was shooting a gas gun at the time, an M14. And so I was like, oh, I'll get a bolt gun and I'll shoot out further. I can shoot out to 800 yards or 1,000 yards or whatever. I saw that there was a match down in Vancouver at Chilliwack there, though. I went and shot that, and I met a bunch of people there. And there's a bunch of guys that had just started shooting matches down in the States. And I'd seen a few like videos of PRS, thought it looked cool, but like had no idea how accessible it was or what. And they're like, no, it's super easy. Get your Form 6, come down to the States and shoot matches. And so I went down and shot my first match in the States at Rattlesnake, and it just kind of snowballed from there. But yeah, basically I just started shooting a bunch of matches and got addicted and wanted to shoot more and more and more, and then got a couple of top 15s, top 20s at national level matches, and went to the NRL finale in Texas, and then just run a few local matches and stuff just so the other guys can have a go at it and just so that I can practice and keep sharp. And yeah, that basically gets us to now. Shoot a match tomorrow and then hopefully be down in the States shooting again sometime soon. I met Raul at the first match I ever shot. And then I just kind of met him in passing and like didn't know him, you know, real well, like just kind of to be like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like blah, blah, blah. And I think he was just getting back into shooting competitively then. And then I went with another buddy that I met there, my buddy Al, was who I went down to that match in the States with, and Raul happened to be there. So we're like, oh, all right, well. And then after that, we all just started organizing to go down to matches together.
I was working for MDT as a tech support and a customer service specialist. Oh, he was always he's a very serious shooter, so he was always a good partner. We worked well together, communicated well, which speeds up and improves all of the scores.
That was my introduction to MDT was through Raul. And I mean, at that time, we were the only guys shooting those kind of matches, so we were giving MDT all of our feedback to be like, well, this is what we think we need for a match-specific kind of chassis, and a bunch of that turned into the ESS, and then later on the ACC. I mean, I'm really thankful to be able to be a part of Team MDT and to have that kind of support. And to me, it just feels natural because I've shot MDT stuff from the beginning. Before there was a Team MDT, you know, we were kind of like the MDT guys, and it's just, so I feel really fortunate to be in that position and to be able to be a part of what goes on at MDT and to represent a company like that. Like, if you have any kind of interest, just hit us up, come out and shoot.